right, I've got my coffee. I hope you have whatever you're gonna drink for a minute. I just wanted to sit down and take a minute to talk about what's going on with my church. It feels very odd because it's not something I really talk about ever. Kind of regretting all of that as I go through this difficult time. I just don't really have a circle of people around me who I can talk to about it. And I don't know who in my life that would be. I have my immediate family, of course. My mom raised me in the Unitarian Universalist church, and she was raised Unitarian Universalist, and her dad was Unitarian. And so I'm a third generation Unitarian Universalist, and our church is making some really big changes right now to our core values, basically. So growing up, I learned that Unitarian Universalism has 7 principles, and those 7 principles have guided me in my personal core values for my entire life, basically. I really believe in them. I think that they are things that can guide me in my decision making and who I am and how I approach the world around me. And I know that I would probably still be the same person I am today without that. I think that they're pretty, generic things. But they're doing away with those principles and instead coming up with sort of a different framework for all of the things that they said. And so it is a lot, it is similar when you look at the new words and how they're described. I don't know what to call it. The new, it's it's a flower with love at the center, and each petal of the flower has a word, and those are somewhat aligned with the old list of 7 principles. The principles were full sentences that really explained Unitarian Universalism very clearly. They were extremely meaningful, I guess, at least to me. And so the UUA, which is the Unitarian Universalist Association, sort of the umbrella over it all, has been working with a committee to redesign all of this, and they voted in favor of it at the last General Assembly. And my minister and church leader were there at GA and voted for the change. And so I participated in the live stream of my church service on Sunday, just to hear how it was being presented and understand my individual churches, what they're taking from all of this. And I was really glad that I did it from home so that I could cry and not have to do that in front of the whole congregation. And so I am not upset because the new change is not good. I think that it is similar enough, and it says similar things, and the values are essentially still there. It's just that I'm having kind of a change is hard moment with it all, where I was raised with these 7 principles. I learned them, I studied them, I've continued to study them on my own my entire life. They're really important to me. And the church is getting rid of those, and that's just really hard for me. I have a really hard time with these kind of jarring change moments. Being Unitarian Universalist is part of my identity, even though I don't talk about it very often. It is a huge part of who I am. And when the core values of my identity are being changed by the organization, it's just really difficult for me to feel connected to that and know whether I still identify in that way. It's just a struggle within myself. Maybe I should actually drink my coffee now.